the business and then help them to be successful. Under my leadership there, I was there for I think 2.5 years. About 600 new entrepreneurs came to us with ideas, so we helped them put together a business plan and subsequently help them launch a successful business and help them after that to be established business in the city of Surrey. One of the things which I heard time and again from almost everyone, because when you put together a business plan, you need information, the local information, local labor market information as to what kind of needs are there in terms of business, what kind of needs are there in terms of finding new employees. So that was one of the things that was a bit of big question for everyone, because the information available at that time was available globally. It was a BC or national information, and they have to kind of take information from that and develop their own business plan. But today that's going to change. We're going to have local information that will be more accurate, more related to their needs, and that's what this announcement is today. So if you're ready, I'm going to talk about my written speech now, coming back to the announcement. Marwan, sometimes you need this.
Yes, I need it all the time.
I know. So I'm here to talk about an important study that will have positive impacts for our local community. As many of you know, Surrey is one of the fastest growing cities in BC. We have a rich and diverse population and a prosperous business community. In order to continue to flourish, to make sure employers and businesses have the resources they need to grow, it is important to know what employers needs to succeed, such as where are the skill shortages. That's very important to know. And where are our priority labor market needs? Those are very important things. And so that's why we have this exciting part, which is the announcement today, to help answer these questions. The province is providing more than $198,000 to the Surrey Board of Trade to identify labor market needs and help employers fill local jobs with local people. Funding funded by the Ministry of Social Development and Poverty Reduction through the Community and Employer Partnership Program, a program that supports skill training, work experience, and labor market research. The Surrey labor market priorities study will determine Surrey's current and anticipated labor market demand, supply, and gap for the next 10 years. So part of the government plan is to build a strong, sustainable economy to support the local businesses that create the jobs for the local people. By funding this project and partnering with the Surrey Board of Trade, we are contributing to that plan and help address future labor needs. I want to thank to every one of you here today, as well as the Surrey Board of Trade, for their continued leadership on this project, which is invaluable to Surrey businesses and to our local economy. I just want to conclude by saying that we came in power. I know Marvin is here, but I think I will take the liberty to say this. This is not something wrong, I would say. That we took over about 18 months, and we have the best economy across the country. We have the lowest unemployment rate right now at this point in time, 4.4%. And we have the balanced budget, and we will have the balanced budget moving forward. And even after we have invested a lot of money in people, like giving, eliminating tolls from the bridges in Surrey, eliminating MSP, which is half the MSP is gone, half will be gone January 1st, 2020. So, and also making childcare more accessible and more affordable to people, which has also helped to local businesses because they can find workers that way. So we have a good economy, and we need, of course, this study, because this study is very important moving forward for the people of Surrey, whether you are a successful business, you want to expand, whether you're a new business and you want to launch, or whether you are a new comer here and looking for a job. And this study will be very, very helpful. So thank you very much to all of you, and thanks to the Surrey Board of Trade. I look forward to the study and the finding and the recommendation when it comes. Thanks.
Thank you very much, group. And I just wanted to thank the BC government for recognizing the work of the Surrey Board of Trade. And we look forward to a very needed asset to drive Surrey's economy forward. And that is a Surrey labor market study. We're growing by 800 to 1,000 new residents a month. And the Surrey Labor Market Project, the study itself, will be released at our manufacturing reception on October 17th. And it's going to address, as Jag Group articulated, it's going to address skill shortages, present and future. It's going to facilitate employers' human resource planning and management. It's going to produce information that enables government stakeholders to make sound policy programming, funding decisions to meet our labor market needs so that British Columbia stays as the #1 economic producer within our nation. We want to provide informed forecasts of labor supply, demand, and gaps, and provide informed forecasts of cultural labor supply and demand. This report, ladies and gentlemen, is going to produce both qualitative and quantitative information that will allow potential job seekers, employers, students, educators, and other stakeholders to make sound decisions regarding our labor market today and tomorrow. The culminating report identifying these key trends is a strategy for new businesses that are coming into Surrey and also for existing businesses so that they continue to stay in business. We're going to tie industry needs to curriculum development. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending this morning. And for media or for anyone, we're pleased to take your questions now. Thank you. Are there any questions?
When is this going to be concluded?
The actual funding agreement with the BC government concludes at the end of September. We're going to release the final product on October 17th at our manufacturing reception.
Anita, maybe you can address, first of all, this is going to be a study, correct?
Yes.
Right. So where do you see the needs in our local economy in Surrey right now? I mean, you can speak to that, I'm sure.
So, for example, Surrey has the most number of manufacturers in British Columbia. We've been working with our manufacturers for the past 10 years. The #1 challenge that they're having is trying to find skilled labor and also training for their respective businesses. And it's just been such a challenge for institutions like SFU and KPU, working with our manufacturing businesses, trying to determine needs, curriculum training that's needed to house our manufacturing businesses. So this study is going to reflect that on-the-ground intelligence that we need to make those sound decisions. It's going to help the BC government in their funding of our post-secondary educational institutions that we so desperately need in Surrey and south of the Fraser. So that's just an example of one industry that's facing a significant skill shortage. There's others like the development and construction industry, health tech, our retail sector. So it really is meant to help our very diverse industry base that we have here in Surrey. Janet.
Jordan Tinney with the school district talked a few weeks ago about a lack of post-secondary institutions in South Surrey. Is that something too that you're concerned about and maybe working on and thinking about as well?
Well, the Surrey Board of Trade, we are part of a Surrey Schools Coalition. We work very closely with the Surrey School Board and also together advocating to the BC government. And absolutely, we need more in Surrey. We are going to ramp up our advocacy in the spring of this year, and perhaps Jack Group can also address the need and how they're addressing that need south of the Fraser as well.
Well, the good thing is, as Anita said at the beginning, that we are the fastest growing community in the province, and we almost welcome 1,200 people every month. I always say that 3747 land in Surrey every month and go back and pick up more people and come back again. That's a significant thing, and that, of course, demands more infrastructure when it comes to that, particularly when it comes to the BC government. It is healthcare and education. In education, we made the commitment in the last election by saying basically that we are going to build 7,000 spaces for all the kids at that time who were in portables, and that was the number. And we are committed to that. We have already approved funding for 7,000 spaces, and as you know, building a school takes time, but our commitment and funding is already at the table, so we will continue building schools in Surrey to make sure that the Surrey school needs are met as we move forward.
But you didn't address post-secondary, that's what I'm talking about. Post-secondary, Jordan Tinney says is badly needed, a facility in South Surrey. We have them in North Surrey, SFU, but not in South Surrey. Can you address that at all? Does your government feel?
I have not been briefed about that, but I can just say to you, particularly South Surrey, I have at this point in time no knowledge. I can certainly find out and get back to you about that. But we are investing money, as you know, Janet, particularly SFU, providing them additional money to create more spaces in SFU, Surrey, and also helping Quantum, expand their, operation. Surrey, I totally agree with you. And when it comes to the post-secondary education, we have very low level of capacity to deliver post-secondary education as we should be as compared to other part of the province. So we will continue working in that. We are committed to make investment to kind of build more facility in Surrey when it comes to post-secondary education.
Any other questions? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending, and for those of you that don't know, we have another event at the Sheraton Hotel. Thank you so much for attending, and make it a great business day. Thank you.